Americans are going to listen. Why don't I take opportunity? That's how come maybe I've been so much used to the internet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you mentioned Jamaicans there. Listen, your relationship with King Vybz Kartel, that relationship the love is crazy.
I know, man.
Super genuine. It goes back and forth.
Spiritual, man.
Initially, when you went to the Freedom Street, concert, festival, whatever you want to call it, a lot of people weren't expecting to see you there.
Yeah.
There was speculation.
Yeah.
Maybe Shatta was going to show up. Maybe he wasn't going to show up. First of all, talk to me about your relationship with Vybz Kartel. How did it become strong? And then that trip to Jamaica.
So, my background of music, I would say, is more of reggae and dancehall.
Yep.
I grew up with a dad who always listens to reggae and dancehall. So I was listening to from CJ Louis to Shabba Ranks, Papa San, came back to Sizzla, came to, the Morgan Heritage, the Buju Banton. So I grew up with all these people, but once upon a time, I was listening to this song and I heard this voice and, the way the person was like going, it was a different style of all what I've heard from Jamaica. And that was how come I found Vybz Kartel. So I started listening to him long from home before I came on the streets. I was telling my boys even, like every boy I see, like my team, I said, do you know Vybz Kartel? They say, no, they don't know him. I said, no, he's a great musician. And that time he wasn't even at the top.
Yeah.
So fast forward, when I had his problem, in Jamaica, I felt so bad. And he drew me back. Like I was like, so who am I going to listen to motivate me more again? And so I took it to Instagram one time and I messaged him. Well, I knew maybe the management might or something. So I messaged and I was like, I hope God takes you out of this. And, I just want you to know that you've impacted my life and you've, got me to a level where God has blessed me so much. So anytime you have time, just get back to me. And I had this agent from Jamaica who called me one time and said, she's linked to them and she can link me to one of his people. So I started talking to Sean Storm, that is Vybz Kartel's 2IC. I started talking to him and he's like, okay, cool. He's going to get my message to Vybz and stuff like that. So I was always on my phone waiting for his message, just one message, for me to feel like he knows me.
He identifies you.
So I started, playing songs about, his freedom. Anywhere I go in Ghana, I talk about him. People don't really know him but I just say, let me hear you say free Vybz Kartel and stuff like that. So I think one time I was there and he messaged me. Wow. And that was how the relationship started. And for 9 years I was talking to him in jail.
Wow.
Yeah, I kept telling him, I believe he's gonna be out. I tell my friends, my team, everybody knows, I tell them, Vybz is gonna be out. And they tell me how, but his cases, I was like, no. This is a man that God has blessed. I feel it. And, I'm spiritual like that too. So I was like, seeing okay, if he's done something bad, I don't think it should be that bad for him to be there. So I was always praying. So if you watch my DMs, I send him Bible quotations. I have Bible quotations on my, tattoos. So I send him some, I tell him to read some. I know by all means he might read some, he might not do, but I always tell him that I believe he's going to be out for me to see him. One time I went to Jamaica, I wanted to go and visit him. I didn't get a chance, but I kept pushing, because I felt, I just see something different in him. I don't know.
And what was that experience like when you now finally went to his concert at the stadium?
I feel like God came down that day. I felt like my visions were right. Yeah, my decisions, people saw me to be a mad person when I was talking about him coming out from jail. People saw no, come on, what are you saying? But that day I felt like, no, my name is Junior too. So I talked to myself a lot. So I was like, no, Junior, all the things you thought about, this guy was right. Because today you're on stage with him.
Wow.
It was just that I didn't want to shed tears because it was a happy moment. But I was looking at him is this you? Because I was picturing that day, I know, and I was saving towards that. I told my team that any day Vybz Kartel comes out, I'm going to use my last money to go to Jamaica. Wow. Even if he doesn't invite me on stage, I want to be in the crowd and watch the celebration. But when I woke up one time and my name was on the flyer, And he didn't tell me anything.
He just announced you.
And constantly since then, that's what he's been doing to me now. You know, he's been supporting some things I do.
You dropped the song, he did his own verse and posted straight away. That's crazy.
Because a year before the year he got released, I sent him a prayer and I said, I know he's going to come out very soon. I don't know how come I told him that, but he should read Psalm 35. So when he came out and I got to the stage and I was seeing him in flesh, you know, even though I saw him before the show.
Yes.
When I saw him like this, I couldn't take a picture with him. I couldn't, like, because I didn't want him. I've always told him that I'm a family to him. I don't know how related I am to him, but I know, like, in God's world, like, you know.
You're connected.
Yes, you know, so I couldn't take a picture with him when I saw him the first. So the second day on stage was when I was watching him, I was like, did I do my things right to meet this guy? You know, so that moment was like some spiritual moment for me, you know, and I loved it so much because I didn't want to also go to stage and perform all my dancehall songs for him to see. I feel he's watched me so much. So just to grace the occasion and let him know that I appreciate him so much. And in Africa, when we appreciate people, we bow to them, you know, because we know who kings are, you know, and that's how come, you know, I also bowed for him and told him, you know, everything I wanted to tell him. And I think since then, it's been so beautiful in my life. You know, since I met him, my life has changed. Like, things have gone on in my life. I've gotten like businesses out of it. Like, a whole lot of things. Like,
now, Vybz, the support on social media, the love he's shown you.
It's crazy.
You know, the question is Shatta bringing Vybz to Ghana? That is the $1 million question.
The teacher. You know, I'm working on it. You know, I'm the type of person that don't like to take advantage of people. You know, and I don't want to get into people's space too much. You know, I feel some people need privacy. And since he came out from jail, I felt he had his own plans to work things out. So I'm just waiting for the right time, even though I'm talking to some promoters to bring him down. I think yesterday we were here and Sammy, me and Bulak called me and he said he's speaking to some people to organize, you know, a show in Ghana, because I really want him to come to Ghana and work as work, not come as, because Shatta, you know. So I'm working on it for him to get, you know, some good payments so he can come to Ghana and, you know, also perform.
Enjoy.
Yeah, you know.
So, some of the biggest fan bases in the world